This was Lower Tipolo Homeowners Association Incorporated after a fire ravaged the whole community in 2007, leaving its 255 household members homeless. LTHAI is one of the 5 phases that comprises the 9.2 hectare reclaimed land donated by the city government to the occupants as a political move for winning local election then. This swampy area is located at the heart of a highly industrialized city of Mandaue, Cebu, Philippines.
Before, ang LTHAI, gusto ka sitwasyon nga napukon, walay mga CR ang mga tao.
Having been there since 1994, I was able to witness the situation of the people at that time when they were caught in between developments. There was a threat for eviction in favor of another development in the area, and that is where the Vincentian Fathers were involved, because we were actually siding with them when we fought against the eviction. We believe that they have the right to stay.
Faced by the challenges brought about by the disaster, this community took the risks of developing the land at their own cost. Through community savings of 1 or 5 pesos daily, LTHAI was able to access a loan from the Urban Poor Development Fund of the Homeless People's Federation Philippines Incorporated for their first community-driven land filling initiative. The labor component and food for work was the community's counterpart.
Ang una namong gikamalit ang para sa abono. Primero namong gikuanan sa land filling, mahal sa pagkadugayon, nakakita na jud mig kinabratuhan.
Given the technicalities of the project, the Philippine Alliance consists of HPFPI and PACSI, through its Iloilo chapter, responded to the technical support need of the community.
The technical team of Iloilo were the first technical that assisted the Mandaue project.
This also became an entry point for the local federation to establish link with the local government and academe.
Our role as faculty members in our community extension program is continue their support in participating the outreach activities, that is an awakening on their part to see that there are people that really needs help.
With the community's strong will to improve their living condition, LTHAI welcomes every opportunity that is being offered before them. 3 more projects were accessed: water, sanitation, and low-cost housing. All are internationally funded by the partner donors of the Alliance.
Naami mga komitiba ginawa, Finance Committee, the Housing Construction, Logistics Supply Committee, Purchase Committee. Walang commission. Kung makagin man sa komunidad rin patungo.
Kung mag-decide kami, mag-meeting kami tanan sa community, kung unsay ilang decision nga okay ba ang amo ang pagpangumpra, unsabay pag-follow up sa mga materialis nga among gamiton nun.
Kami mga babae, ayag dito sa kuan, kaning himulog SCEB, ayag kami nga to. Tanan. Kung makaya lang sa babae nga trabaho nun, hakot mig bato, pati mi sag init. Basta makabalay lang yun mi nga dini may mabahaan.
Managed by HPFPI and PACSI, these infrastructure projects are being implemented by the community itself, together with a citywide 9.2 network known as Mandaue Coalition of Urban Dwellers Association, in partnership with the city government.
Yung siya papel sa maong network para makahatag mayong rekomendasyon, sila mag-approve sa mga plano sa pioneer nga community nga nanghuwam, sila ang mag-look out sa implementation sa project, sila sa dag mag-evaluate o mag-monitor.
To date, the community water system was built and functional. 65 core houses with individual septic tanks were already constructed out of the 255 target. 37 units were already awarded to the members, some of them already transferred, while others are still doing house improvement.
Sa unang mga bahay, balong-balong lang, tampi-tampi, at ngayon ay usa ka disenteng punayanan.
Huwag katupungan sa kalipay, sangko sa langit kalipay. Kay bahalag, inana pa hitsura sa among balay, basta kay amo na. Stable na ang among pagpuyo.
Uy, amo naman nagyun na unadaan nga. After yun ihatag ang balay, nagay kay bayranan, di ba? Di baya gid yung na free. At least naa kay balay ang imong atubang nang sa bayranan na pod. Okay, obligasyon na namo gyud.
After 10 years of fighting for and improving their land, LTHAI's achievements have been an inspiration to the 9.2 network communities.
Nadani ko sa ilang sistema karon sa community lead kay ang tanang yun nga mga membro sa LTHAI nagtinabangay gid sila. Ang gibuhat sa mga membro sa LTHAI mabuhat unta nato diri. Nasugdan na gyud namo kining savings usa ni sa dako nga makahatag og tabang nga matuman ang mga ambisyon. Ang plano namo sa savings para na sa among pag-start sa among project diri land filling una magina kay sa among area diri dako gini nga abonohanan.
An eye-opener to government officials and to other city stakeholders.
This time, I hope nga kani nga nasugdan sa LTHAI makapahigmata sa tanang stakeholders, including the LGUs, na ang tinuray nga paglambo sa proyekto, magsugod gyud siya sa tinuray nga partnership between the LGUs, the people's organization, the non-governmental organizations.
Inspired by the LTHAI experiences, the Vincentian family of Metro Cebu chapter chose LTHAI community to be the site for the opening salvo for the Feast of Saint Vincent de Paul.
It was my suggestion that instead of having it in the church, why don't we have the Mass with the poor themselves, especially that these people in Lower Tipolo had been with us since the beginning of the project. I can see the connection between the involvement of the Vincentian Fathers and the feast also of Saint Vincent de Paul and Saint Louis de Marillac, two saints who are greatly connected also with the poor.
The Vincentian Fathers to initiate this housing project is truly bringing God closer to people. To have a house of your own is an aspiration of most people, especially the poor.
They are actually not just building homes, but they are building a family and a community.
Even if I am the parish priest in the area, we delegate many of the works to the people. And for me, this is the real people empowerment. We have heard many times this lay empowerment, people empowerment, but it remains in word because there is always a tendency for priests and sisters, leaders to still be in charge. But in this case, I was really inspired by the outcome of the activities, the involvement of the people, and this is a real community in action.
Public and private institutions, including the religious sector, were astonished and challenged to invest more to people's process. Bottom-up approach as one effective and practical strategy for real social change.
If we were able to make it in Tipolo, we can also duplicate it in other areas. As long as there is cooperation, especially the Vincentian family, to get involved, to own the project partly, by giving something of what they can do for the project. Charity is contagious, love is contagious, and they have seen they are willing to be part of the miracle, to be part of the journey.
We would like to pattern our future housing projects in the case with the Paxi. This is one of our priorities, to provide land for the landless and home for the homeless.
Dati, pag sinabi lang homeless, parang closed door policy na ang gobyerno. Parang hindi na tayo makapasok. Pag sinasabi natin yung savings, parang nandidiri sila. Pero sa ngayon, sila na naghanap, pumupunta lagi dito sa opisinang ito para magtanong, para magpaalam na mayroon pang mga communities doon na pwede ba nyo matulungan para matuto din anong ginagawa nyo. Baka sila rin matulad din ng LTHAI, matulad din ng MMBI.
Ito ay isang pride ninyo na kayo ay hindi lamang umaasa, kundi mayroon din kayong magagawa at maitutulong para sa syudad, para sa ating bansa. Ako'y natutuwa sa lahat ng inyong ginawa na ito ay magbibigay din ng inspirasyon sa iba pang mga tao, hahanap din ng mga pangarap na inyong natupad ngayon.
These developments done by the poor does not only exist in LTHAI, but have actually replicated from HPFPI Iloilo's community-managed housing experiences. Through community-led infrastructure finance facility housing project, 193 shell houses will be provided to marginalized and low-income families affected by the Iloilo flood control project. At present, 43 housing units were formally awarded to its housing participants.
Ang flip project, dako irang nabulig sa amon, kay nag-offer sila loan, decide nga nabalaan nga nila nga daw labanan sa amon, wala kami mga fixed income, nagsalig sila sa amon ng talon.
Simple nga nanay, way man inalungong kun ano gid ang mga ulubrahon diri. Pero subong, damo na ko sing natun-an, kag matudlo ko man sa kabataan ko sa ulihi nga bisan wala ka lang tinapusan, pero daw architect ka man kag engineer.
These inspiring stories of the poor, like LTHAI did, and other community-driven initiatives of HPFPI, prove to many that people's process works only when they are given a social space to participate actively and be heard.
We really want to empower communities and bring out the best in them. It's not easy, but it is the only way of having all these processes sustainable.